Aaron and Acadiana is
Ollie Bear.
The game's afoot, and perhaps a murder. I just hope our own Al Bear is going to visit with the Abbey Players and he's going to get out alive. Let's send you over to Abbeville. The Abbey Players and a great production just about to come up. Guys?
Hey guys, how you doing? Scott, this is great stuff. Look, I am with, Grady. I'm with Mulaney and, of course, Mitchell Prudhomme, the director of the play. And so, we were kind of talking about, like, doing that little scene was a lot of fun, We also found out I'm really not much of an actor. But so the process that you guys go through to, because there was a limited number of actors in this play. You had a lot of people to choose from, right, Mitchell?
Yeah. So the process honestly begins years before the show ever comes to stage. The theater sets seasons, so we read shows and we pick the show, and then from whenever the show gets approved, me as the director, I'm reading through it, I'm researching it, I'm planning out, the set and the lights and, where the actors are going to be on stage, and then we have auditions. And we had 15 people show up for the show. It's only an 8-person show, so that's a big decision. Making the rehearsal schedule, respecting people's time, and then we go into blocking, which is putting it on stage, and then we go into getting off book, learning the lines, and then we go into no matter what happens, you don't stop, just running, and I'm taking notes, and then we add in lights and sound, and it's a slowly building process. So it's a lot from the start, and I'm sure it's a different experience for these guys on the other end. I'd like to hear their take on it.
Yeah. Grady?
It's a nightmare working for Mitch.
Yeah.
I've
heard that.
He's a real slave driver,
Yeah.
But no, I think as an actor, your number one priority is your lines, your dialogue. You can't do anything without your dialogue. After that, then you can get into the theory crafting of what you should be and doing as an actor. Like, you always want to be, so the director creates the world for you, and then you have to immerse yourself into it by just really listening and reacting.
Yeah. Well, I thought you did a good job when you did the scene with Mulaney, and you teach this. So your perspective is probably a little bit different, isn't it?
I know that, like, coming from a teacher or a director versus an auditioner, the process is different. I know for me it starts with deciding what show to audition for, because we are pretty lucky in this area to have some choice. And deciding what to audition for, you can go in blind, or you can do some research. You can read the script first. It's really up to you. But going into that audition process for me is always I always get a little nervous, even if I'm super excited. But I've always said a little nerves are good because it means you care. Mm-hmm. That's what I tell my students too. And if you get a role, or once you get a role, it's really kind of like Grady said, you have to learn those lines. Then from there, you can really explore that character in depth. Maybe wonder how they got here, how they got in this situation, or what is your character doing after this, or why are they making these decisions? And you get to really play with that and make it your own.
Now, Mitchell, when someone comes to audition, can you tell if they've done a little research or they're going in blind?
Yeah, a lot of times I can tell, and I'm not going to say that one's better or worse. I do like when someone's prepared because I know that they'll be dedicated, but also at the same time, sometimes I like to see someone coming in unrehearsed just because it's kind of like a blank slate. Because I don't want someone to come in with a preconceived notion necessarily of how a character should be, and then maybe I can't get them to fit into the mold, So it's a give and take.
Hey, that's exactly how Tyler and I do this show. I think producer Lauren knows I come in as a blank slate every morning, do no preparation, and boom, here we are. Hope that's working out. Scott, what do you think, bud?
Al, when it came to the auditions, you were the best of them all.
Thank you, Scott.
You're
Man,
welcome.
I would
see an all A-Bear one-man production of this whole thing. Can't wait to see it. Thank you, guys.
There you go.